Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Cardcraft. Thanks for joining me again today. Going to make a really quick little journal today. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's a no-sew, no-glue journal. It is so easy to make. We get to use up all our scraps, and I think that's the best thing about it. It's one of these mini little journals that will go into a pocket in your larger journals or just to have in your handbag to jot things down with. The only glue you're going to need is to decorate it. The actual journal is made no glue, no stitching. That's right, no glue, no stitching. What you're going to need is, let's get rid of some book pages, any books. As long as it's a rectangle, you can make them bigger in A4 paper, but it's a great way to get rid of your book pages. You're going to need some larger sheets, maybe to decorate. You'll need, what have I got with that? I've pulled out a pile of scraps of just paper, okay? And of course, something to decorate. So I've got a few little old bits and pieces of collectibles or whatever here that I've picked up at a market for 50 cents each, because I need more, yeah, right, that I'll use to decorate. So let's get on to this thing. With your book page, you'll need 3 papers, okay? Now I've torn these ones out. I'm actually going to trim this up so that it makes it just a little bit neater. You can leave those in if you like. It's up to you. If you like that rough look, by all means, just leave them in. So I've just literally just trimmed a little bit off the edge. So we'll do that with all 3. And then all we're going to do is fold them in half. 1, 2, and 3. This one might be a little bit smaller, but that's fine. Gives it a little bit of character, doesn't it? So, we want 1, 2. I'm going to use that one as my front cover. So these 2 we'll fold in half. I've just got them together. Fold them in half like that. Do the same with this one. Okay, you'll need some scissors. Let's find some scissors. Now, what we're going to do is open that out again so that the 2 are still together and just carefully fold them in half that way, lengthwise. Okay, pick them up like that. You don't need to crease them. By all means, give them a little pinch down here. What we want to do is cut them where that fold line is, the original fold line that we did. We want to cut that so that it's round about halfway across. Okay, that's round about halfway. So you can see where I've cut it through there. Okay, that's those ones. We want to do the same with this one, but with this one, when we fold it in half, lengthwise, hold that bit down there, and this time we're going to cut it in half, but from the open edges. Okay, so whereas the other one we cut from that folded edge, this time we're going to cut this one from the open edge, and again round about halfway, just like that. Okay, no I don't. I want 2 of that one, 1 of that one. Let's do that again. So here we go. I've got piles of this book. I've had it in here for ages because I like the colour on the edges. So 3 pages. We'll use some of these ones. So I only need 1 more. So I'm going to leave that one, put that one aside. I've got that one. I need 1 more of these ones. That doesn't need trimming. That's awesome. Right, folding that in half, like so. Pinch there, hold that. That one will be the same as this one. So I'm going to actually sit them together. Okay. And I'm going to trim up to the same amount. That's what we want. We want 2 done that way, and we want 1 done that way. Now, set these together, and what we're going to do is these 2 sides, the top, bottom, makes no difference, just going to roll into like a tube. See how that's a tube? With that tube, we're going to sit that through there. This is the hardest bit. Okay, slide that through there. Let them flop out. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. Fold it over. Done. There's your journal. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pages. How hard was that? Go through it just one more time. So we need 3 pages. We'll grab 1 more page. They can be from anywhere. Right. Trim off my edges just to make them nice and easy to play with. So there's 1. There's 2. That one's just a little bit larger, so we'll just try and get him around about the same size. About there. Down there. And our 3rd one, which is under here. Go that way, Kylie. It might make it easier to slide in. And then we've got this one. Let's have a look size-wise. Beautiful. And 3. 1, 2, and 3. Pop that one away. Folding 2 together. Fold them over. Give that a good crease. Same with this one. Fold it over. Give it a good crease. Fold it over so that the top ends match. You can see where they match up there. Give that a little bit of a push down. Halfway from the folded edge. Okay, there we go. And then with these 2, undo them, fold them over again so that they're lengthwise again. Look, you can measure and mark and all the rest if you need to. Holding them down that way, and this time we're cutting from the open edge, not the folded edge. Straight down. So that we've got about half. Okay. Make these bits into a tube, just so that they will slide through that. There it goes. Slide him through. Wiggle them down a bit just so that they all line up. And that just depends on how well you've cut your halves and looked at what you've been doing. Give him a crease. And there's our little folder again. Right, so how do we decorate it? Technically it's done, decorating. If you don't mind this bit, then you can leave that and just decorate the front. I tend to think that this, for me, looks a little bit unfinished. So what we're going to do with this one is go to, this is why we needed the larger sheets. So I'm going to pull out those larger sheets again. I had 3 different sheets there. I had usually stuff that we've all got floating around. Piece of dictionary, something from an atlas, and some sheet music. Okay, so this one really intrigues me actually. I like this. This is really, really nice. So I'm just going to make this a little bit easier to deal with. My size for this book was, I don't know, 5 inches. So it was, the original book was 5 by about 7 3/4. So I'm going to need about 10, so that'll fit beautifully going acrosswise. So that is that beautifully. Yep, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to trim off down here just to make this a little bit easier to play with. Right, put that one aside. And what I want to do is I want to tear this just so it's got this nice torn look. Okay. Go down that side so that this is this side. And I can take this one. Doesn't matter if it's too small. Remember, I've got a border, top and bottom. All I'm planning on doing is covering up the wording, the script that's already on those book pages. Like that. Look at that. So if I fold this in half with this one, because I like that map. Give that a crease down there. If that's adhered down like that. Look at that. Yes, I've got a little bit of book page sitting up there. I can slide that whole thing down if I really want to get rid of it, or I can use my other decorations for it. If I set that in here, I can take this back to there, and I'm going to do that with my ruler or scissors and not tear that little bit, but just so that it's a straight edge, like so. We'll turn it over, do the same on the back, work out where these are, like that. So now what I've got is a front cover for my little book. I'm going to glue this, but I'm just going to glue it with a glue stick. Okay, doesn't need anything more. Doesn't need anything more than a glue stick. And I'm just going to get a different glue sheet. I've got different sizes of my glue sheets sitting everywhere, just depending on what I'm doing. Let's ink. Why not? This is me. And I find it just gives me a little bit more definition. And I'm just going to do that burnt edge along the sides. Okay, so that they're just going down. You can do the whole of this straight if you want. If you want to use your trimmer, scissors, knife, anything like that, and keep this so that it's a straight edge, by all means. I tend to like my tearing, as you probably realise by now. All right, a little bit of a glue stick. I'm going to go all the way over it, and I'll glue both of them at the same time. Okay, make sure you get your edges. All right, move my glue book, set that one over there. Make sure I'm round the right way. This is the back. This is this one, and I'm going to slide him so that he's right in that section in there. And because we're using a glue stick, it means that if I need to, I can lift it a little bit, move it around, okay? Just gives you that extra time to sit there and play with it. Give him a good push. Make sure that glue's all nicely adhered. Okay, so now that's all sitting in. The other way you can then do it, if you want, a little bit of washi tape. So you can give that a full, so you can see here, it's still a little bit rough on the edges there. It's where I've just glued it in, not pushed it all together straight away. Don't freak if you've done that. Grab yourself some washi tape. Okay, round about the same size. Cut it, tear it, whatever. Now, I do like to glue my washi tape as well, just in case. Lots of different brands of washi tape out there. Make sure that's not wet. Don't freak if it's because it will go off over time. It'll lose its stick, and I'll tend to just pop a little bit of glue stick on that, which just gives it that extra security. Now, going that way, about half of it. Doesn't have to be perfect, because again, you're not going to see the other side. There we go. Look at that. So now what we've done is neatened up this bit. So our original, bingo, our original little journal just sits all together, but it just depends on how you want to finish it off and the type of finish that you like. So now we've got this little one. Trim that up, Kylie. Right. Remember when I said I had all that paper my scrap paper sitting around. So let's get that out like this. And these are all the bits that I have just sitting in front of me on a rack in front of my desk for quick and easy little bits. So that can go, oh look, I like that way actually. So what I'm going to do, tear that, stick that one in there like that. So pull that one down. Oh, which side do I want? That's pretty too, isn't it? That might make a really nice contrast. Let's use that side. Again, just my glue stick. So I'm not inking any of these. I'm just popping them straight in. Go fairly close to the centre of your spine. Don't go right in because it'll make it a little bit too hard to open and close. Give it a good push so that the whole thing's marked down. Grab another piece. Let's go a lighter piece on this side. I like that. Right. Again, I'm just tearing all these like that. But my bottom section and top section I'm going to have as a straight line. And I can do that with my ruler, I can do that with my trimmer, my blade, whatever else. I'm just going to tear these with my ruler, which will give me a fairly straight, even edge, because I'll use my mat, like so. And that one can go in there like that. How easy. How easy are these to do? They're such a great little idea, great for little Christmas gifts as well. You could personalise them. As I said before, they're great for in your handbag, in a pocket of a journal, just to give extra journaling space. I'm going to do the same with that one, right in here, but not all the way in. Give it a little bit of space. I need to tear off that little bit. And that's why I like tearing as well, because it allows me to change it as I go. Okay. 2 pages. Done. We'll grab another piece of paper. These are just all my odds and sods in my coffee dyed paper. I won't get 2 out of that. I might get 2 out of that. So if I chop that in half, let's have a look. This one's so crooked it's not funny. Where's my bigger ruler? Let's see how we go half-wise. Round about there. Like so. Right. Let's have a look. That will fit in there lovely. Go that way, trim that one up, and then we can tear the other edge, can't we? That side. Since these are just packing ones, yep. I'll use that as my straight edge. Yeah, look at that. You can see how wonky they are. Might do that one with my blade, I think. Might be a little bit easier, just to give me a straight edge. Same with that one. Going that for my straight edge. Go that way. Oh, they were way out, weren't they? Right. So this one I can tear to fit my page. And I like how some of them are up here and some of them are down there. It again gives it just that little bit of difference. So I've just slightly creased to see where I need to go. That one can go in there. Let's have a look at another one over on this side. Let's go. This side's bigger, isn't it? Even though that's crooked, I don't mind that actually. So let's have a look at where I can go there, like that. All right, so I can glue. I'm going to glue both of those down now. that. Which one was it? Wasn't that one. Right. That one. Let's go that one. Let's go that one. All right, a little bit of glow stick again. You can tell it's warm here. Look at how the glue stick's coming out. That way we were going. Right. There's that one. This one. Two together. How quick and easy is this? This is just such a wonderful one to do. Also, if you want to sit down and do a mass make, clear your desk. My word, you'll clear your desk. So you look, we've got book pages that are just standard book pages. You can do these with new books, with old books. It's a way of clearing some of those pages from the gutted books that we've all got. We've got that one, we've got that one. Let's have a look. I've got this one again now, and I'm going to trim that round about there, I think. So if I set that on there, down like that. This was another piece of one of those. Not going to cut much with that, am I? So let's try that one. Right. So I like how they're all just slightly different. I want to go that side. I'll cover up the dark side this time. All right. And you can decorate these any way you like. So we've only got a couple more pages to go with this, and then we'll start decorating our front. And you can see just how quick and easy these are. As I said before, they're an oldie but a goodie. I used to do these years ago and I'd forgotten all about them. And I was playing with some paper the other day and just folding it and cutting it, and all of a sudden I remembered about these ones. So let's do a couple more of these. Again, let's grab some paper. Again, good old brown paper packaging. Now there's its perforated bit where I've got a stamp piece on it. So that's going to go about there. This time I might tear it again, just because I can. They don't have to be the same. If you want them the same, by all means, do them the same. But for me, I'm just playing around and I like this different look. So this one's up here. Trim that one down there. I know that that's my straight edge. As I said before, trimmers, rulers, scissors, whatever you've got to hand. Look at that. So now I can work out where I need to, see I need to tear a little bit more off that. Pity, because I really like that design. I could trim off more there, couldn't I? Right. A little bit more, but I'm actually going to cut it off that bit. So we'll cut a little bit more off there so that that sits in and I get that lovely torn edge. Like that. Like that. Need some more glue book. Put that one down there. Go for another page. Fold that in on itself. Right. That's like that. Sit that there. Right. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I'm having an awesome weekend. I do like the weekends, and it's getting so close to Christmas. There to there, you can see I'm still leaving that little section just near where the spine is, or the centre of it, since it doesn't really have a traditional spine, does it? There's that one. That one, and that one, and that one. Must only have a couple here. Look at that. Just got so many lovely pages. Here's another nice piece. That can go in there. Oh, I like the other side of it too. Round about there. So let's just tear down there. As I said, you do it your way. If you like nice straight edges, by all means. I like that colour. That's a very nice colour. So I'll take you down now. And this one, sit you back in there. Set that there. Just imagine what you've got sitting on your desk right now that you can utilise to get these little guys done. I like that colour, remember? We'll go to the other side. All right. Oh, that's very tacky. Very tacky, that glue. It's going to go there. So that's why I wasn't overly concerned with which way the font and the script was all going in these book pages. Because I'm covering them all up, there might be a little bit showing every now and again, but I think that just adds character to it. But the rest is all covered up, so it doesn't matter if your script is going that way, or, you know, upside down or whatever else. So it didn't really matter which way you put your book pages when you cut them. Oh, look. How's that? So with this one, I've got a torn piece down the bottom. So let's do a straight edge on here. As I said, I just literally pulled out all my little bits from where I've done journal pages or whatever else and utilise those. So when I'm making a journal and I'll pull out my packing paper or my coffee-dyed paper, coffee-dyed or tea-dyed, either lined book pages or plain copy paper, because I don't always do just the same size with my journals, as you should know by now. I very rarely do just the same size. Or I'll do smaller sheets in there and all the rest. Anything that I tear off them or cut off them, go up into the rack in front of me. And then I use those when I'm stamping something or wanting to add a little bit more in there. And that's what all these were from. So I've got bits and pieces that have been cut off left, right and centre. That is not going to do one. So if I cut that down there and I tear it down there, and I've always got these bits sitting here ready to use. So that's that one. You can ink all of them if you want to ink, but you know, like, if I've been able to do this without inking, that's a challenge in itself. All right, there's that one. These are starting to get very gluified. All right, that's that one, which went that way. A little bit away from the edge, going back down. Making sure it's all stuck down. One on here. Last one. Last one. So let's use one of these that we've still got floating around. There. That one will fit in there, won't it? So, and it's a little bit smaller. And I've used up all that scrap. Yes, I've still got a little bit more scrap there. It's all smaller now. And I've used a fair whack of it. And you think you make up a pile of these as a mass make, how much scrap you'll actually get through. That'll sit in there. That'll sit there. There we go. Right, so that's the inside of my journal. Okay. No stitching. No sewing machine. None of that. Let's clean up some of these. and let's do a front cover. So here it is, sitting here, all nice, yummy, lovely. And I'm going to pull out a couple of these. Now these can be anything. These can be digitals, these can be bits, stamps that you fussy cut, whatever else you've got around. So let's look at that one. I don't have all the bits that are in these. I only have certain amounts of them because, as I said, I bought them at a market. Oh, maybe not those colours with that there, but let's have a look. I can, because all I can do is pull out a bit more of my scrap and tone that down a little bit. Right, that's going to go there. That's going to go in there. Doesn't take much. That'll go in there like that. Oh, I've got some lovely tickets in here as well. Look, it doesn't take much at all. Never think that it's going to take much. You don't need a great deal floating around, do you? Let's have a look. How's that? Right, so these have got a lot of white around them, which, amazingly enough, looks fine with this. I actually quite like them with the white. Normally with die cuts like this, I will either re-trim around them, fussy cut around them so it takes that white away, or I will use blending brush like so, and I'll use some ink, and I'll just, look, I'll show you with one of these ones. All right, so let's say it was going to be that one. What I'll do is I'll just pick it up. Now, this is a permanent ink, but it's not going to affect your brush. That's fine, because it dries nice and quick. So I'm just going to lightly go around them. And what it does is it tones that white down. It then matches in with the colours that I usually use. So I tend to go more into the vintage colours, softer colours, greys, bones, things like that, whereas I don't use a great deal of white at all. So that's what I would tend to do to them, to take away, you know, the starkness of the white. So you can see the difference there. It doesn't take much. It's dry already because I use a permanent ink. I will just, and that's why I use my glass mat. I do like using a glass mat for that sort of thing. But I'm thinking, because I've used this one and say not this one or this one, yes, I like that on those, but I think the white will work fine. So it's something depending on what sort of background you've already got. So we're going to glue this guy. Bring that one back over. That'll go back down again with my glue stick. Like so. I just wanted him in there like that, so there's a little bit of map showing still on that side. And it's just broken that map up just a tad. This one was in here. This one was in here. This little guy is sitting up here. And of course, this is me, so we better put some cheesecloth on it. Let's go some white. I've got some white here that I haven't dyed yet, because, you know, I have my lightly coloured cheesecloth. I have my deeper coloured cheesecloth. But I've got some white here that I haven't actually dyed yet, which is a bigger weave, I think, this one. Oh, it's a very big weave, isn't it? I wonder where I got that from. So we'll just chop that when we can find the scissors. And we might actually put some white in here. So I'm just going to chop just a piece to play with. Stretch it all out, make it look loved, worn, touched, handled, all of that. If I sit that under here, my ticket can still be on top of it there. I'm going to play around with it there. So what I tend to do is pop a little bit of double-sided tape so that it'll hold it while I play with it. Just a little bit. Pop that one back up there. work out again where I wanted it, across this section, like so. Peel that off. Now I can sit there. No. It's that side, isn't it? Yeah. Now I can sit there and work out. Turning that over. And I'm going to scrunch this up. Like so. So now what I've got is that. And I'm happy with that. It's just given it a little bit of an extra element. And I can tuck this one in here like so. Or if I want, I can tuck him under there. Don't think I want to add that blue. Blue's nice though. And it's a little bit bigger than the green. So let's just double check on that before we stick these down. Oh, frog in my throat, sorry. Tuck you way down here like that. How about we tuck it so that the words are up the right way? That one might be a problem. There we go. That one up there like that. Happy with that? Happy with that. Right, so I'm going to use my normal glue for these guys. As in my white liquid glue. Haven't checked this one. Oh yes, here it goes. So I think I was using it this morning, but I hadn't checked. Normally I should. I'd like to say I do every time, but I don't. Normally I should check this prior to turning the camera on, but sometimes I do. Most times I don't. Let's have a look. A little bit in there. Even though that double-sided tape is in there, you still need a little bit of glue to keep it just really securely held. Okay? Double-sided tape will do a lot of work, but it's not going to do everything. About there. About there. Right. I'm not going to stick this bit down just yet. I'm going to run the glue over this one, and then I can stick them both down at the same time. So I've got my flower vaguely where I want it, and it's sitting there and it's quite happy at the moment. I'm going to use my tweezers for this one under here. So I'm going to lift this bit up again, and now I can work out round about where I want this guy. Slip, sit him in so that I've given myself layers and levels, and now I can push this one all the way down. Play with this bit if I want. I can trim some more of that out if I want, or just leave it there. It gives that texture to it. So we'll just do our butterfly as well. So how are we going for time, guys? Are you amazed at how quick this has gone? And are you amazed at how quick I've been able to do this? But look at it. What are we up for? Not even 40 minutes and we are done. That's got to be a record. Surely that's got to be a record. Aren't they beautiful? So here's one I did earlier, as they say on TV, somewhere on my desk, the one I was doing the other day. And look, so this time I've used the dictionary page in here. And again, I've used one of these sections. And I think that's why I came up with it, because I got these at a market last week and I was playing around with them and I needed something to do with them. So you can see with this one, I've just slightly gone around with the brown ink, like I said, that I showed you how to do a minute ago. And I've got some of my other cheesecloth down here. So it's a completely different cheesecloth to this one, but they are both cheesecloth. And of course then in here we've got all sorts of different papers again. These were the ones that were sitting up in my little bit. So we've got lots of grid ones in these and some packaging and all the rest. And this one is just done with the dictionary. This one, as I said, I quite like it with the map. Quite like it with the map. Great way of using up more of your maps. Oh, look at that. I've used the same washi tape yet. I've pulled out a different washi tape as well to use. I tend to go for a wider one. little ruler. This washi tape is 1 inch wide, and I find that that works really well. Gives you about 1/2 inch either side, give or take, depending on your measurements. This is me, you know. But quick and easy, no glue, no sewing. The only gluing you're doing is when you're decorating them. But you will get these little journals together in a flash. So I've got a pile here where they're sitting all done, and they're just ones that I can now pull out when I want something to do, or I want one of those no having to really think in my finishing off pile, and can just sit there and work my way through filling these out. Hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, don't forget, give me a thumbs up. Love you to leave me a comment. I do get back to them. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love you to subscribe. Thank you also to all my wonderful subscribers out there. Thanks, guys. Till next time, happy crafting.